nombre es Lindsay y su hijo, el nombre es Michael, como el mío, Michele. So we have a lot in common. Tenemos mucho en común.
Well, my best girl is Lindsay, and obviously my son is Michael. My grandson is Luca. He was born in Rome, so.
Wow, dice que su esposa se llama Lindsay, su hijo Michael, pero eso todos lo sabemos, y su nieto que nació en Roma se llama Luca. Por favor, me da una camisa del Los Ángeles FC, ya que tenemos tanto como. Please, I need a shirt of your team now that we have so much in common. I'm a new fan.
We get you a shirt.
Excellent. Ya tengo equipo en la MLS, señores. Con eso regresamos. Se viene el juego. The best of luck. La mejor de las suertes, Mr. Sport Bradley.
Oh, thank you. Muchas gracias.
Wow. Qué bien que habla el español el señor Bradley. Ya volvemos.
Cricket conoce la jugada que te pondrá a celebrar. Llévate un smartphone Alcatel Idol 4 con visor VR incluido y ponte arriba en el marcador. Cricket Wireless, un motivo para sonreír.
Heineken está en 192 países. Tiene fama mundial, como yo. Me pasa todo el tiempo.
Antonio Banderas. Es Antonio Banderas.
La única cerveza en 192 países. There's more behind the star.
Around Lava, still Nagby, around Lofton, Nagby!
¿Un baño increíble? No tiene por qué ser increíblemente caro. ¿Quieres rehacerlo? Es re fácil. Con unas losas por aquí y un poco de color por acá. Y luego, todo en su lugar. Sácale más provecho a tu baño, por menos de lo que crees. Descubre tocadores desde solo $169. Solo en The Home Depot. Haz más, ahorrando.
Voy a Target por suavizante. ¿Algo más?
Toallitas Clorox para mi artista y una rasuradora para mi hombrecito. ¡Vuela!
Ok. Obtén precios bajos todos los días en productos esenciales. Target, rápido y listo.
Cricket conoce la jugada que te pondrá a celebrar. Llévate un smartphone Alcatel Idol 4 con visor VR incluido y ponte arriba en el marcador. Cricket Wireless, un motivo para sonreír.
En caso de accidente, ¿están disponibles las 24 horas y los 7 días, incluyendo los fines de semana?
En internet vi que podríamos ahorrar más al combinar el seguro de auto y de hogar. ¿Me puedes contar más?
Cuando llamas a Seguros Amica, la conversación no termina hasta que respondamos todas tus preguntas. Además, nos esforzamos por conseguirte todos los descuentos disponibles. Llámanos, conócenos y recibe una cotización gratis sin compromiso.
Una preguntita más.
Platica con Amica y siéntete seguro.
La gente piensa que por ser mi propio jefe, no respondo ante nadie. Pero eso no es cierto. Respondo ante cualquier llamado, ante lo impredecible o ante los obstáculos que me encuentre. No importa el terreno en el que me mueva. RAM responde con la misma fuerza y capacidad que yo. El trabajo exige, tú respondes. RAM.
Y a la barra MLS construida por The Home Depot. Vemos 1-1. Ahí está Michael Bradley, el capitán de la selección ganadora de Copa Oro, Team USA, estandarte en su equipo. También donde milita Josie Altidor. Y vemos 1-1 ya calentando a cada uno de los jugadores de las estrellas que estarán saltando a la cancha hoy en Soldier Field. El primer juego de las estrellas en Soldier Field, aquí en Chicago. Y seguimos, paramos. Señores, por favor, ¿seguimos?
Seguimos.
¿Paramos?
No.
Pónganmele.
Nanay, nanay.
Nanay. ¿Tú sabes qué?
¿Qué pasa?
Les tengo que confesar algo. Cuando
Confiese.
teníamos a Bob Bradley aquí, yo dije que iba a traducir y no le escuché la primera respuesta. Y luego Me quedé así. Y ustedes no me ayudaron. No me ayudaron.
Yo probé, dice Marcelo, iba a preguntar la pregunta, iba a seguir, iba a seguir.
¿Saben qué?
Nosotros íbamos a seguir como nada.
¿Saben qué? Estoy enojada con ustedes. Mejor vamos a alegrarnos la vida con goles, que para eso estamos, porque los goles son lo más lindo del fútbol. Los mejores de la MLS All-Star. Marcelo, ¿cuál es el tuyo?
2014, Landon Donovan contra Bayern Múnich, en el último minuto para ganar el partido. Me encantó eso. Ahí lo estamos viendo. Ahí está Diego Velázquez que le pone la pelota por arriba de la cabeza de los defensores de Bayern Múnich. Mira, Landon Donovan la toca, usa el cuerpo, pum, termina el partido, gana el MLS All-Star 2-1 contra Bayern Múnich.
Bueno, es que cuando hablas de Landon Donovan hablas de Estados Unidos, por eso es que se te viene el Team USA, el gran Capitán América. Bambam Zamorano, te fuiste a gozar la fiesta. Y a ti te pregunto, ¿cuál es el gol que más te ha gustado?
Hola.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás? Aquí estamos con la gente aquí, mira cómo está la gente emocionada. A mí me gusta el gol de King. Listen, me gusta el gol de King. ¿Lo vieron? Miren, miren qué golazo. Miren qué golazo. Marce, ¿te gusta?
Me gusta, la verdad.
Fue en Colorado este gol. Así es. Y en tu tierra, más encima.
No, la verdad, con la altura, viste que rápido
la pelota de Harry Kane voló 50 metros. No paró hasta el ángulo.
La verdad que le pegó bien, como la pegó de abajo para arriba, mirá atrás ahí, pero Harry Kane me sorprendió ese día. Nunca lo vi jugar en vivo y la verdad me encantó.
Sí, era algo que se mencionaba en ese momento porque estaba todavía sin transformarse en la gran figura que es hoy en el Tottenham, la de Harry Kane. El mío me vas a preguntar.
Por supuesto.
Bueno, de uno que vamos a tener hoy en la cancha en el 2015, el Guaje Villa que no ha parado, la verdad, de convertir goles desde que ha llegado a la Major League Soccer. Es un futbolista completamente distinto y aquí lo tenemos, el gol que elegí. A ver si le gusta esta definición, miren.
Grandiosa.
A pase de Kaká. Otro que va a estar en la cancha. Dos futbolistas de los que se va a tener que cuidar hoy el Real Madrid.
Y definitivamente que Villa ha tenido un impacto grandioso dentro del New York FC. Lo que hace por el equipo de la ciudad que nunca duerme es importantísimo.
Sí, yo creo que es el alma, el espíritu y el gran responsable de lo que hizo la temporada pasada el equipo neoyorquino y lo que está haciendo en esta. Si aspira a llegar a una final Nueva York, el Guaje Villa va a tener que seguir convirtiendo goles como lo ha hecho hasta ahora.
Y no ha quedado a deber el español. Raúl, te escuchamos. ¿Cuál ha sido tu favorito?
Bueno, ¿arranco yo o señor Tapia? ¿Quién prefiere?
Usted, Raúl, y luego Mr. Tapia.
Yo
dijo Raúl, yo me llamo Luis Mar.
Ok, bueno, está bien, yo le quería ceder a usted la palabra.
Muchas gracias.
Bueno, arrancamos. A mí el que más me gustó es el de Bradley Wright Phillips. Voy a escoger justamente golazo del delantero de New York Red Bulls. Aquí vamos a ver la repetición frente al Bayern Múnich. La forma como arranca a su más pura velocidad, gana la espalda y después con el balón botando, Wright Phillips la prende de zurda casi al ángulo. Golazo de Bradley Wright Phillips. Espero que le haya gustado y a ver si me lo mata, señor Luis Omar Tapia, ¿eh?
Yo creo que sí, y creo que el mío va a venir del mismo partido.
Ese. Ah, del mismo partido. Ok,
creo.
Adelante.
No sé, pero bueno, vamos con Lizzy primero, ¿no?
Ah, bueno, ok.
No, señor Luis Omar, por favor.
Yo voy de una vez, yo se lo digo, ¿sabe qué?
Usted es el panda atómico. El panda atómico.
El polaco Robert Lewandowski. Fabuloso. Ese golazo, mire, fíjese.
Un montón de futbolistas que a medida que avancen los minutos, pues Zidane les dará la oportunidad de tener minutos a los jugadores con el fin de llegar en las mejores condiciones al partido del martes. Pero los jugadores, yo creo que Cabrera, que ya ellos ya saben por dentro cómo están, cómo no están, ¿no? Las sensaciones, mejor que uno, ¿no?
Yo creo que lo que pretende Zidane, bueno, está claro, ¿no? Su gestión siempre ha sido que todos los futbolistas estén disponibles, que todos estén bien y por eso va rotando y va dándole minutos a todos. Luego elegirá él el 11 que crea conveniente para el partido contra el Manchester United, pero yo creo que la planificación de la pretemporada tiene que ser así, que vayan todos cogiendo minutos, que vayan cogiendo ritmo, porque todos son muy buenos y luego el que mejor llegue a ese partido de Supercopa, a ese primer partido importante de la temporada, pues ponerle en el once inicial.
Yo me atrevería a decir que Zidane tiene ya en la cabeza, si no pasa nada raro, es decir, lesiones, que un jugador empieza a tocarse las narices, que eso no va a ocurrir. Yo creo que, fíjate, te diría que tiene planificado ya 11 de Supercopa de Europa, 11 de Supercopa de España y primer partido de Liga. Fíjate, lo tengo. Lógicamente el Cristiano estará también a su disposición, ¿no? Pero yo creo que más o menos él el minutaje, la forma de participación de cada jugador la tiene ya hecha.
¿Sabes? Y sabes lo bueno, que ponga quien ponga, no nos va a sorprender.
Es que esa es la clave.
El 11 titular no te va a decir.
Es que esa es la clave.
Hacerlo,
y sobre todo porque además los jugadores en la cabeza tienen lo que ocurrió el año pasado, ¿no? O sea, tenemos oportunidad de jugar una Supercopa de Europa, pero hay otros jugadores que saben que no están en esa Supercopa, que no estarán en esa Supercopa de Europa, pero estarán jugando ante el Barça una Supercopa de España, ¿no? Entonces yo creo que eso hace que el jugador tenga muchos alicientes, ¿no? Y tenga que estar preparado para hacerlo y para jugar, ¿no?
Claro, es que alicientes no solo ya la temporada, sino en cada partido, ¿no?
En cada partido.
Porque claro, sí se suele decir, ¿no?, que hay muchos entrenadores que hasta horas antes o una hora antes del partido no les dice a los futbolistas el 11 precisamente para que estén con esa tensión, ¿no? Pero bueno, luego más o menos saben quién va a jugar, ¿no?, quién no, por lo que ven. Pero es que en este caso no. En este caso, como juegan, pueden jugar cualquiera, pueden jugar todos, el futbolista no tiene la sensación de que va a jugar seguro. Entonces tienen que estar todos con esa tensión y con esa exigencia cada día y cada minuto de la concentración del partido para garantizarse que van a ser titular, ¿no? Van a ser de la partida.
Una de las claves del éxito de por qué este equipo llegó como llegó a la recta final de Liga y de la Champions, ¿no? El que todos se sienten importantes, el que todos pueden estar en cualquier momento, en cualquier partido. Es decir, no hay un equipo que prevalezca por encima del otro. Es decir, hay jugadores que juegan mal, lógicamente, pero porque eso es así. O sea, es que no. Pero yo creo que bastante equilibrio en minutos, ¿no?
Exacto. El reparto de minutos ha sido fundamental, pero más fundamental sobre todo es que Zidane llevó hablando de esta idea, de ese reparto de minutos, y los futbolistas yo creo que les gusta también la honestidad, ¿no? Sí. Y ellos entendieron desde el minuto 1.
La pista, es colombiano y jugó en Tampa.
¡Valderrama!
Muy bien, excelente.
¿Cómo? Que lo vuelvo a decir que no tiene gusto.
¿Se merece la camiseta, sí o no?
Todo bien,
por favor,
como dice el pibe.
Regalamos la camiseta del Real Madrid firmada por todos los jugadores del Real Madrid. Para ti, para tu familia, para tus hijos, que disfrutes este partido y este bonito espectáculo. Contigo, Lindsay.
¡Qué golazo, Bombán! Ese gran regalo, tremendo recuerdo se lleva de este juego de las estrellas que está a punto de comenzar. Es la ciudad de Chicago, la ciudad de los vientos, la ciudad de los rascacielos. Aquí nacieron y aquí llegan las estrellas porque las puedes ver en la cancha.
Pone un centro al delantero, le pega de volea,
¡gol! Allstate entiende que tu pasión por el Tri a veces puede ser un poco difícil de contener. Por eso cuando mantienes la calma, te damos 2 cheques al año por no tener accidentes. Recompensarnos cuando nada pasa es como Allstate nos da más.
Around Lava, still Nappy, around Watson, Nappy!
Heineken está en 192 países. Tiene fama mundial, como yo. Me pasa todo el tiempo.
Antonio Banderas! ¡Es Antonio Banderas!
La única cerveza en 192 países. There's more behind the star.
¿Un baño increíble? No tiene por qué ser increíblemente caro. ¿Quieres rehacerlo? Es re fácil. Con unas losas por aquí y un poco de color por acá. Y luego, todo en su lugar. Sácale más provecho a tu baño, por menos de lo que crees. Descubre tocadores desde solo $169. Solo en The Home Depot. Haz más, ahorrando.
¿Listo? ¡Ya!
Tiquitibumba a brillar. En la escuela de regreso allá brillará. Tiquitibum, estrella será.
¡Vamos a la escuela! ¿Preparados? ¿Listos? ¡Ya!
Univisión Deportes te trae lo mejor. Vive tu pasión al doble. Comenzando la noche con unos monarcas que enfrentarán a unos feroces laguneros. Más tarde, los solos reciben a los Rayados para un choque de alto voltaje. Liga MX, Torneo Apertura 2017. Monarcas versus Santos, seguido por Tijuana versus Monterrey. Este viernes, a partir de las 7:30, 6:30, Centro 4:30 Pacífico, en UTN.
No importa lo que haga sobresalir a su negocio, promuévalo con Vistaprint. Elija entre lonas publicitarias, postales o tarjetas de presentación desde menos de $10 al ingresar Tele10 en Vistaprint.com.
Este es un anuncio especial para cualquier persona que se sienta frustrado y ya no es para usted. Llámenos ahora mismo al número en su pantalla. El programa de negociación de deudas está diseñado para ayudarlo a salir de sus deudas en el menor tiempo posible. No espere más. Este es el momento perfecto para reducir su deuda y comenzar su libertad financiera. Llama ahora mismo.
Contra el Tottenham porque el año pasado perdieron ante el Arsenal. ¿Qué sucederá hoy? Es la pregunta de las 50.000 lochas y para eso vámonos con los expertos. No te voy a dar la palabra a ti porque sé lo que me vas a decir, así que contigo termino. Arranco con Diego Balado, que me parece el más equilibrado en esta mesa.
Gana el equipo de la MLS.
Te dije que estabas aventado el día de hoy y lo acabas de confirmar. Diego Balado, el peligroso lo llamó ahora. ¡Qué bárbaro!
Me sorprendiste.
Marcelo,
yo voy lo mismo, yo voy con empate.
Empate. Ahora sí, Bambán.
Yo creo que gana el Real Madrid. Por poco, 2-1. Pero viendo el equipo que va a poner el Real Madrid, me parece que va a estar mucho más equilibrado el partido.
Será un partidazo que ustedes podrán disfrutar a través de las pantallas de UDN y Univisión. Es el juego de las estrellas de la MLS en contra del campeón de Europa, el campeón de España, el Real Madrid. El juego es presentado por Target. Gracias por habernos acompañado. Serán 90 minutos de emoción y acción por Univisión Deportes.
La barra MLS, construida por The Home Depot, orgulloso patrocinador de la MLS.
Univisión Deportes presenta uno de los mejores equipos del mundo llega a Chicago para celebrar el Juego de las Estrellas de la MLS. Pero los mejores generales, capitanes y artilleros de nuestra liga harán frente a esta épica batalla. Este no es un juego más, es el Juego de las Estrellas. En vivo, desde el Roger Field en Chicago, MLS All-Star, Real Madrid. Comienza ya.
Bienvenidos al Soldier Field, bienvenidos a la previa MLS construida por The Home Depot desde Chicago a través de Univisión y de UDN. Estamos por vivir el All-Star Game, el equipo de las estrellas de la MLS ante el Real Madrid junto al señor Luis Omar Tapia. Soy Raúl Guzmán y van a comenzar los 90 minutos
del deporte más hermoso del mundo.
Y vamos a revisar ahora al jugador Alcatel de esta semana. El jugador Alcatel es Daniel Royer del equipo del Red Bulls. Ahí está la escuadra neoyorquina. Hizo 2 goles en la semana 20 de la MLS ante el Montreal Impact. Ahí está Daniel Royer, que entonces se ha convertido en el jugador de la semana, que es traído a ustedes por Alcatel. Está todo listo en Chicago, el ambiente inmejorable, el show, el espectáculo. Ahora a lo que venimos, a ver fútbol.
Exacto, el equipo de la MLS de la mitad de la cancha para arriba sale con 6 jugadores muy ofensivos. El equipo de Real Madrid sale con solo 4 extranjeros muchos jugadores españoles, varios jugadores que regresaron al equipo de Real Madrid y jovencitos también.
Sí, hay algunas ausencias en la escuadra titular del Real, pero como bien dice Luis Omar, habrá jóvenes talentosos y con muchísimo futuro. Del otro lado, una escuadra que al frente luce muy imponente. Atrás hay que ver cómo se comporta ante la escuadra española. Está prácticamente todo listo. Nosotros iremos a una pausa y después regresaremos ya con el arranque del partido. No se vaya a ningún lado. A continuación, a través de Univisión y de UDN, el All-Star Game de la MLS ante el Real Madrid. Pausa y venimos.
La previa MLS, construida por The Home Depot, orgulloso patrocinador de la MLS. ¿Un baño increíble? No tiene por qué ser increíblemente caro. ¿Quieres rehacerlo? Es re fácil. Con unas losas por aquí y un poco de color por acá. Y luego, todo en su lugar. Sácale más provecho a tu baño, por menos de lo que crees. Descubre tocadores desde solo $169. Solo en The Home Depot. Haz más, ahorrando.
Voy a Target por suavizante. ¿Algo más?
Toallitas Clorox para mi artista y una rasuradora para mi hombrecito. ¡Vuela!
Ok. Obtén precios bajos todos los días en productos esenciales. Target, rápido y listo.
Skinflex, Ana. Siéntate.
Nuevas Band-Aid Brand Skinflex Bandages. Nuestra mejor venda hasta ahora. Se mueve como una segunda piel. Se seca casi al instante.
¿Mejor? Mucho mejor. Vamos.
Perfecto, porque detenerse no está en tus planes. Band-Aid Brand. Stick with it.
Around Lava. Still Nappy. Around Lofted. Nappy!
Allstate entiende que tu pasión por el tri puede ser difícil de contener. Por eso cuando mantienes la calma, te damos 2 cheques al año por no tener accidentes. Recompensarnos cuando nada pasa es como Allstate nos da más.
¿Listo? ¡Ya! Tiquitibumba a brillar. En la zona de regreso allá brillará. Tiquitibum, estrella será.
¡Vamos a la escuela! ¿Preparados? ¿Listos? ¡Ya!
Si usted padece de uno o más de los siguientes síntomas: úlceras o gastritis, diarrea, dolor abdominal, gases, estreñimiento, hemorroides, varices o sangrado cuando va al baño, podría estar sufriendo del síndrome de colon o intestino irritable. Si ese es su caso, usted necesita del nuevo tratamiento King Fusion.
El tratamiento King Fusion es una solución 100% natural formulada a base de sangre de drago, la cual ha sido usada ancestralmente para cicatrizar heridas y reducir la inflamación de úlceras o gastritis. De esta manera previene enfermedades como el cáncer de colon, el segundo cáncer más letal en los Estados Unidos, con casi 50,000 muertes al año.
Se acabaron los dolores, se acabaron las hemorroides gracias a King Fusion. Me siento como nueva.
Llámenos ahora y le enviaremos 2 meses del tratamiento más el corrector digestivo gratis. Pero eso no es todo. Si nos llama en los próximos 3 minutos, recibirá completamente gratis Hemo King, la única píldora analgésica y antiinflamatoria con sangre de drago. No espere más tiempo, llámenos ya.
Now please welcome multi-platinum singer and
on him. Katie with him is down on the field.
Well, John, and that captain has a unique take on the All-Star game. Bastian Schweinsteiger said he first fell in love with Major League Soccer back in 2014 in Portland when he was playing the All-Stars with Bayern Munich. When asked why, he talked about the atmosphere, singling out seeing the fans firsthand and how much they loved the sport here in the U.S. He also talked about turning to his brother and saying, why wouldn't I come play here in MLS? His goal tonight, it was simple. He said, I want to win. But he also talked about wanting to try to skip out on that post-match shirt squat, hoping to hold on to his first ever MLS jersey. For more on Real Madrid, let's go to Kate Abdo.
Yeah, we heard from Toni Kroos yesterday, trying to put a bit of a positive spin on the results that they've had in pre-season. Yes, of course, admitted they haven't been the results that they have wanted, but did say that this is a team that is in absolutely fantastic physical form. It was interesting hearing him talk about Zinedine Zidane. Said that, you know, he's almost like a German coach, just how hard he trains. He said for him personally, that was something that saw him through right throughout to May. At the end of last season, he felt in good form. It was something we saw with Ronaldo as well, whose fitness was managed so well by Zinedine Zidane last season. So yes, not the results that they have wanted, but still in fine form.
And Kate, listen, Zinedine Zidane has been nothing but perfect. A year and a half as head coach of this team. He's won the UEFA Champions League twice. He's won La Liga. He's won 5 different Coach of the Year awards. But as a player there and now as a coach, he understands you're always under pressure for the next result. Alan Chapman, 42 years of age, is the man in charge. His 7th year in MLS. Referee of the recent friendly between RSL and Manchester United. Ref cam tonight. Brad and I can sympathize. The bald head means it sort of stands out a bit more, but it is a wet one out there. It is humid. The winds come in. You still got some of the smoke from the fireworks. Jelko Paunovic talked to us yesterday about just trying to fit all the pieces together. Every other coach in the league calling him saying, don't play my guy too much. We've all got games on the weekend. But he said he's had so much fun the last couple of days with this amazing collection of talent. 22nd time we've gotten together to do this. The 2017 MLS All-Star Game is underway. From a rainy but sold-out Soldier Field in Chicago, it's the MLS All-Stars in blue. It is Real Madrid in their very familiar white. Back-to-back UEFA Champions League winners. They've got the UEFA Super Cup coming up, the Spanish Super Cup, and right back to action just about 2 months after wrapping up the UEFA Champions League title over Juventus. For the MLS All-Stars in the midst of mid-season, in the midst of games on the weekend and this coming weekend, a couple of days of practice, and as we've seen over the last couple of years, want to put on a good show for themselves and for the league that they play in. And again, it's a different type of match, Brad, so what are you interested in seeing early on tonight?
From the MLS players, I'm looking for the players, especially the attacking players. If you look at the front three, David Villa, Altidore, Javinko, you have Schweinsteiger in the middle, you have Kaká in the middle. I want to see all their skills come out tonight. Doesn't really matter if they win or lose, so I want to see lots of goals from them. From Real Madrid, it's completely different. They're here for fitness levels. They're here not to get injured as well. They've got big games on the horizon. Manchester United, Barcelona twice in the Spanish Super Cup, and then the league starts. And one loss over there puts anybody, it doesn't matter how many trophies you've won, it puts anyone under pressure. The ball's flat.
Inauspicious. And Chapman on top of it. And the conditions change quickly. It had been a wonderful, beautifully sunny day. It is still summer in the Midwest.
I don't feel it.
You're fine, yeah, where we are.
And I still don't see the baldness either, John. That's why I got glasses now.
Marcos Llorente, one of a handful of new faces in this Real Madrid first team this season. The shot as Isco is on the turn, and Lucas Vazquez now taken away by Bastian Schweinsteiger.
We mentioned it when we were overdoing all the Real Madrid games, Atletico, and then the final. Every time Isco touches the ball, the crowd goes crazy.
David Villa, a historical thorn in Real Madrid's side, although you saw a fun embrace between him and Florentino Perez, their president, and just off his line in time was Keylor Navas in front of Sebastian Javinko. Greg Garza has gone down. He's involved in a challenge there, sliding in for that ball just a moment ago. One of the 2 Atlanta United players voted in by this remarkable new fan base in the South, so the MLS Fan 11.
It's tackle, and as he landed his shoulder, you see his right arm was outstretched. I know that feeling very, very well. All the way it went down.
Well, it's such a concern. You never want to have an injury in an all-star game.
No, and that's the one thing you don't. I mean, neither team wants to have injuries with it. If your player goes, such a great occasion, get to play against an incredible team, one of the world's best, with incredible players. This array of talented players MLS has.
And for Greg Garza in particular, it's been a remarkable turnaround. He had about a year and a half without playing, a hip problem that popped up just about 2 years ago. Long rehab, wasn't getting games at Tijuana. They've loaned him out this year to Atlanta, where he's been an everyday starter at left back. Atlanta team trying to be the first expansion team since Seattle in 2009 to make the playoffs. They've got a game Sunday night at Sporting Kansas City live here on FS1. And so Tata Martino and Carlos Bocanegra and everyone down in Atlanta really concerned by what they're seeing down there. That ball did not get out of the 18-yard box, so they'll have to retake the goal kick. And it does sound like Garza will be coming off, as you would understand, being very cautious about that.
Well, I hope it is a precaution instead of actually dislocating his shoulder or something of that nature. But that didn't look nice. And when you put the full weight of the body on the ground like that with the arm outstretched, very painful.
Cruz, who won a World Cup with Germany alongside Bastian Schweinsteiger, longtime teammates at Bayern Munich, playing on opposite sides of this All-Star game tonight. Here's Isco now. It's Michael Bradley, who's setting up as a center back, and Jelle Van Damme out at left back, Garza's position, as the MLS All-Stars play with 10.
Well, you don't see this often with David Villa having to come back to the left back.
Playing a 5 at the back right now. Marco Asensio. Hernandez, Isco rather. Back for Toni Kroos, looking to thread it in for Lucas Vazquez, and Howard was there.
Oh, it's a clever little look by Toni Kroos and a great run from outside to in by Lucas Vazquez.
Don Schweinsteiger able to pick it up. He's got Altidore running to his left. Jovinko's in the middle. David Villa joining up as well. It's in for David Villa, 1-on-4, and poked away by Nacho.
I wonder what the celebration's going to be like for David Villa if he gets on the score sheet.
Familiar. Here's Vazquez now. He's got 10 goals in 28 career games against Real Madrid from his time in Spain. Asensio fronted by Bradley. A cross sent away by Bradley from Achraf Hakimi, 18-year-old playing right back. Played Real Madrid tonight.
Played at every single age level. Moroccan came over in 2006. Every age level for Real Madrid. Now he's on the field with the first team.
A number of players from the U19 team for the reserves brought in for this fight. As the rain continues to melt down, you hope it lets off and the conditions don't tamper down the game tonight. It's Graham Zusi stepping in to make the tackle. And the ball for Kaká, which skipped past him, and 8 minutes in, but the MLS All-Stars have really touched the ball so far.
They're playing against a team in preseason. They've got to start getting their rhythm, and they've not played with each other.
Asensio driving in, clipping in the cross. Van Damme was there in front of Howard, who's going to be able to collect.
And that's the hardest thing when you have a collection of players to come together. It's usually the first 15, 20 minutes. You're trying to get used to the players, but there's such good players out there. They'll get used to it.
Jovinko spins around off the ball from Kaká. Schweinsteiger. Fresh off the Gold Cup win for the United States national team. Scored in both the semifinal and the final. Jovinko, his Toronto SC teammate for Kaká. Working it by Kroos. Hard challenge there between Zusi and Theo Hernandez, who's down with a shout.
I was going to say the screen may have been harder than the tackle, but he did step right on top of him.
Zusi, who scored on this field last June at the Copa America Centenario as the U.S. beat Costa Rica 4-0 tonight. Beasley poking that away in his first time called into action. He was trying to win a throw. Vazquez kept it in play. Marcus Beasley eventually loses his footing. Altidore from Schweinsteiger. Rides the challenge, and another from Sergio Ramos. There's Graham Zusi now. The ball caught underneath his feet. The man who just tackled hard was breathing down his neck. Zusi sending in the cross. Knocked in there momentarily by David Villa. Kaká stepping in as Vasquez couldn't control it. Kaká couldn't get a shot away. Mobaraha getting a touch on the ball now. Toni Kroos. Schweinsteiger, one-time friend and teammate for club and country, pulling with him there. The return for Kroos. Schweinsteiger letting him get in behind there, but a comfortably wide header. All right, Katie with him down on the sideline. What's the word on Greg Garza?
John, the official report from the Chicago training staff was a right subluxation shoulder. In layman's term, his shoulder separated from the socket. I can tell you, from the moment he stepped off the field, his Atlanta teammate Michael Parkhurst did not leave his side for a long time.
Now that, again, it's the last thing you want to see in a game like this for a team that and a player that's having such success this year.
Yeah, it's not nice. Not nice for anyone when the arm is out. You saw it when the weight went down there, and he immediately grabbed it. Terrible news for Atlanta and Greg.
They're all in for Isco now. And across for Lucas Vasquez. Will engage with Beasley. A return for Isco. Moves to shoot. How about Toni Kroos? Blocks by Johan Kappelhoff.
And that could be another one by VAR. VAR would be busy in the early going.
David Villa, early ball. Josie Altidore. Sergio Ramos running with him. Jovinko peeling off. Schweinsteiger the trailer. Kaká for Altidore. For Schweinsteiger. Kaká going 1v4. Got bumped off it there. Hakimi. It was Villa and Kaká who scored 2 years ago in the MLS All-Star game as they beat Tottenham Hotspur in Denver.
That was Isco again who set up that chance by Toni Kroos, and before that he set up the counter himself. Good with his feet, doesn't matter which way he's facing.
Asensio. Mateo flying forward on the overlap. Zusi running with him. Teo cutting it back, and Kappelhoff was there.
Zusi's going to have his hand full with Teo on the left-hand side. A lot of pace. Here is his potential handball. VAR would have had a look at it. Oh, and the arms go raised. They're close to his body. John, is that inconclusive or conclusive? I think it's a handball. I don't think his arm should be that high up.
And we had a long chat yesterday. Howard Webb, the former Premier League and World Cup final referee who's been in charge of this project for MLS and the Professional Referees Organization. And one of the key things in the video review is he said, we're not looking to see if the decision was correct on the field. We're looking to see if the decision was clearly and obviously wrong. Here's Vasquez on Beasley again. Couldn't dance through him.
DeMarcus did really well to stay position and keep his hips square. Lucas Vasquez's hips were going one way and feet the other.
Jovinko wanted the outlet ball. Instead, it's going to be Graham Zusi carrying forward. Zusi in for Altidore. Trying to find space. A little bit of contact there, allowing Keylor Navas to come out and get it. Marcos Llorente. He was tracking him back there.
He did well. Josie Altidore made a powerful run. Thought he got in the right position of him.
They're all weaving his way through. Gets it back from Vasquez.
And this is a little danger when you haven't played together a lot of times. The defensive cohesion. And you're not going to be pressing, and I know it's an all-star game, but when good players are allowed to have time on the ball, you will concede chances. But that's what we want. We want a lot of chances tonight, John.
You want a high-scoring game. You talked about a little bit. It's not been a terribly successful preseason, at least from a perception standpoint, a result standpoint. Draw with Manchester United. They lost in penalties. Real Madrid, a 4-1 loss to Man City. Saturday night in Miami, what a scene that was as they got down 2 goals in 7 minutes to Barcelona and lost 3-2. Vasquez, Isco couldn't get through Beasley. Bit of contact there involving Jelle Van Dam. And Beasley was slowed down by the slick turf as he was trying to play the outlet for Jovinko. Asensio, offside, flag is up on Lucas Vasquez. This is Alan Chapman's ref cam view of this penalty shot a moment ago.
Again, it's Isco who sets it up. I mean, he sees a great view of it. He's obviously deemed that maybe an all-star game he's not given a penalty, or he thought his hands were really close to his chest, but they're awful high. I think it's a penalty, John.
We'll see if Chapman agrees with you. Suddenly not at Yankee Stadium in a moment like that. He'll be helping to review. MLS on FS1 is sponsored by AT&T. MLS All-Stars trying to work themselves into this game. Quarter hour in. How about that little move from Kaká? Sergio Ramos read it the whole way. He was fouled behind the play. He's slow to get up behind the play. Advantage played, and that one too far for Asensio.
Kaká didn't mean that.
Former teammates from Kaká's 4 seasons with Real Madrid.
A great little bit of skill, letting that go. A little flick through the legs. Sergio Ramos, so experienced. And that's what we want to see as well. That skill.
Coming into his 13th season with Real Madrid, Sergio Ramos, and yesterday he stayed on the field by far the longest. Everyone else from Real Madrid had gone in from their open training session yesterday morning. Ramos stayed out doing a lot of extra fitness work. 31 now. For 500 appearances, 14 trophies, 7 times in the World Best 11. To say nothing of his World Cup at 2 European Championships. He's won with Spain, a lot of that with David Villa, who's on the field tonight for the MLS All-Stars.
I went and met up with Gareth Bale and Luka Modric last night for a few minutes, and they said they have been running a lot and working hard, as you'd expect. It's Real Madrid. They have to try to win every single game once the season starts. And even in preseason, as we've seen, a little bit of pressure creeping in.
Altidore and Sergio Ramos. Find Villa off the quick throw. Beasley's touch. Achraf, as they tend to call him. Achraf Hakimi. He's controlling it out. Against the switch away to Zusi. Kaká. Zusi will continue his run forward. Jovinko just skips away from Toni Kroos. Rallied there along with Altidore, teammates for Toronto FC, leaders in MLS. Schweinsteiger flicking it further along. It's Kaká out there, and an alert Theo Hernandez to block the cross. Too far for Sebastian Jovinko. Let's get some more sounds from the game from the MLS All-Stars bench.
Establish the possession and try to keep the ball as much as we can, and then move side to side. Bravo, David. David.
And we had a fun chat with him yesterday just about this incredible group of players he gets to work with for a couple of days, spend time with. Let's take a long run, tripped up by Johan Kappelhoff, who plays for Panovich with the Chicago Fire, and a free kick for Real Madrid.
And Teo's been impressive on that left-hand side, very quick going forward. Correct decision by the referee. Just slides by Kappelhoff.
Quickly back into play. Vasquez.
He looks good on that left-hand side, Teo.
As you said, he's one of their 2 big purchases. They actually got him from Atletico Madrid, where his older brother Lucas is a regular starter for them. We're starting against Real Madrid in that Champions League semifinal. In fact, when we were in Madrid for that, that was the big drama in all the newspapers. Going into the second leg, shot from distance, wide there from Isco.
He's going to have his work cut out for him, trying to play ahead of Marcelo, another experienced player. A lot of trophies in his cabinet.
He was playing on loan last season at Deportivo Alaves. Took him all the way to the Copa del Rey final for the first time in their 91-year history.
It's well wide, but as a goalkeeper, you want to make sure there's 2 or 3 yards wide. You never know when these balls are going to dip and swerve at the last moment.
Drama was surrounding the fact there's long been a gentleman's agreement between Atletico and Real Madrid to not buy each other's players unless everyone agreed to it, and it was something that Atletico felt was a bit underhanded from Real Madrid to buy him, putting through a medical, and specifically to announce and sort of leak the transfer ahead of the second leg of the Champions League semifinal. Vázquez blasting just wide as Real Madrid continue to get closer.
Oh, and this one's a lot closer. Tim Howard doesn't move. I think if that's a couple inches closer to the goal, that's in.
Jovinko on Sergio Ramos. It was actually Zusi who deflected the pass away. He was trying to find Kaká in the middle. Vázquez blocked by Michael Bradley. Is there a chance to go? David Villa's in space on the left, and it's a great recovery by Altreff, the right back, to get in that passing lane quickly to the far side. Marco Asensio running in a Kappelhoff, saved by Howard just beyond the forehead of Vázquez for the follow-up.
Yeah, and the game's opened up, and that's a good save by Tim Howard. Stands his ground. Moments earlier, Lucas Vázquez whipped one narrowly into the goal. And that's a good stop.
The man who backed off at least the backstopped the knockout stages of the Gold Cup for the U.S. Guzan playing in the group stage. Flipped ahead. Altidor's going to get there, but he's offside.
Well, it was good tracking back by Ashraf to get the ball, and it's that man Isco who finds Asensio on the left. There's not enough pressure, so he takes on. You see Tim Howard, he's set, makes a good save low down to his left-hand side. So important, goalkeepers get their feet set in a position and balanced.
There's Toni Kroos now. High rolling straight offside. Asensio returning for Kroos. They're trapped and stabbed in the air by Jelle van Dam. Jovinko being chased out of there, but able to keep it with Zusi. Asensio, one of the players that we saw last spring really emerging for a Real Madrid team that had a couple of absences going forward as Schweinsteiger gives away that foul. Thomas Rodriguez, Alvaro Morata, among the players that have departed Madrid in the offseason.
Like that foul by Schweinsteiger, it's never nice, no matter what type of game it is, when you don't have the ball. A little bit of pride takes over.
So we talked about some. When do the competitive juices kick in? Exhibition though it may be, these are all professionals.
You asked me that question, I said the very first time you get kicked, you know it's not a friendly.
And Schweinsteiger, Katie, with the mention, was a part of that 2014 All-Star game in Portland, which was a fantastic game and got a little bit spicy at the end. There were some challenges that Pep Guardiola, if you remember, wasn't a huge fan of. You do hear that sometimes from players and coaches. There is no such thing as a friendly.
And all that means is that the result is not going to be bright lights and big picture in the papers the next day. But right now, Zinedine Zidane's going to want to start winning some games in preseason and take some victories into the league campaign.
David Villa, wrong angle there for Altidor. Nacho was just able to recover it. Nacho getting clipped on the leg by Villa. And that's going to be a free kick for Real Madrid. Villa, one-time forward on the side of Real Madrid. Played for Barcelona, played for Atletico. In fact, Villa won 5 different trophies at the expense of Real Madrid. Twice his Barcelona teams won La Liga. Real Madrid were runners-up. Barcelona beating Real Madrid on their way to a Copa del Rey and a UEFA Champions League title. And the most famous one was actually back in 2003. It's Altreff now wide, in for Lucas Vázquez. Trying to get space on Van Dam, sending in the cross. Zusi just playing along and safe to the far side, and a corner forward that David Villa was playing for Real Zaragoza. And they pulled the upset over the Galacticos, Real Madrid, including Zinedine Zidane in the Copa del Rey final. Villa scored that day in a 3-2 victory. Van Dam tackles it away only as far as Isco. Lucas Vázquez now further wide. Altreff going to get there to get the cross in. Van Dam just there in front of Mayoral. In fact, that was the only trophy that Zinedine Zidane did not win as a player with Real Madrid. It was the Copa del Rey, losing twice in the final, including to Villa's Real Zaragoza 13 years ago.
It's a terrible career then, because he didn't win that Copa del Rey. What a great player.
He won a few other things.
What a great player.
Wilson for Vasquez. Took the step on Schweinsteiger. All letting fly, and Howard at full stretch, happy to see it end up in the stands.
Well, it's natural when you haven't played together. Some holes are going to appear. And they are in the middle of the midfield. Van Damme doesn't know to step or go back. He retreats. I think Tim Howard would have had that one covered.
Schweinsteiger again falling through, unable to win the ball. Away by Llorente, and now Isco. Zusi backing off. Teo to his left. Teo has it now, crossing the deck, blocked out by Zusi. Llorente on the ball, played for Zidane. Real Madrid reserves a couple of seasons ago. On loan last season. Isco. Asensio. Teo. As the wave makes its way around the 60,000 plus capacity Soldier Field. Villa almost able to take that ball off Otraf, but the teenager runs away with it, trying to get around to Marcus Beasley. That's got to be a penalty. And it is just going to be given as a corner. And it sure looked like it from up here.
Yeah, and that's another one for VAR.
Or the fact that it's an exhibition.
Video review's going to have their day with this one. Maybe just gets a little toe. This could be one of those where they deem inconclusive, because if it's not just guaranteed,
a clear and obvious error to the call in the field.
That's what I was trying to think of. He said it 41 times to us, didn't he, in the meeting?
So it's a corner for Real Madrid, number 2 of the first half.
Sorry, Howard Webb, my lookalike. I forgot that phrase.
Toni Kroos to take. Rebound swinging from him. Easily able to just get it as far as Isco. Isco driving in. Running it back to the outside. Villa goes to ground. Another corner on the way. Can look for Nacho, and he mishits it. A promising moment. MLS on FS1 is sponsored by Advocare, the official sports nutrition partner of Major League Soccer. And movement on the bench, and this is about the time in the first half we thought we might see some subs. A giveaway there by Howard. They are all weaving through. Bradley able to help Schweinsteiger get it away. Those players who, just the amount of games that they've been going through, and in particular in Josie Altidor's case, we understand coming off. He's had the Gold Cup. They've got a big game, in fact, next weekend. Toronto against Chicago, just down the road in Bridgeview, Illinois.
That's only right. When you make the All-Star roster, you should be given playing time, and you also don't want to wear out any of the players that are on there. It's a real shame about what happened with Greg Garza.
Great little touch by Zusi to find Bradley, clipping it in. Last chance for Altidor to make an impact tonight. He's going to run past him, though. Otraf being harassed by David Villa. It'll be Ignacio Piatti of the Montreal Impact, who will be coming on to the next chance for the MLS All-Stars. Quickly forward now for Isco. Running at Kappelhoff. Isco running by Kappelhoff, but ran out of space there on the byline. Comes the change. So Altidor is off, and Ignacio Piatti, 32 years old, from Argentina. 4th year now with Montreal. Best 11 in MLS last year. And those two opposite sides of one of the most fun games you and I have called the last couple of years. That second leg of the Eastern Conference Championship in Toronto.
It was cold and it was crazy, that's for sure. That's what we want to see today, all that action, all those goals.
It looked like it for a while there with the rain and the smoke. Offside flag up on Kroos.
Well, Greg Vanny now will be happy. One of his players is off safely.
As I said, that is part of the deal, and we've heard it in recent years from Caleb Porter and Pablo Mastroeni and Dominic Kinnear last year. You do get every other coach in the league on them just blowing up your phone in the week leading up, trying to make sure that their guy comes back in one piece for the game on the weekend.
And if you're a Tata Martino and you've never been in a league that's had an all-star game, a friendly in the middle, you're going to be a little bit aggrieved, I think. But I accept it. I mean, he seems a very, very level-headed manager.
This is Piatti now. Susi to his right. Susi, Teo on the outside, and the 19-year-old recovers that. Llorente pressured out, but it will be a throw for Real Madrid. Llorente, a native of Madrid, joined up with the academy as a 13-year-old. This is David Villa now, looking for space, looking to cut it back. No one was there. Now was Llorente able to get it clear to Vasquez. Now Cruz. Bradley buzzing around. This is a little flash there of what we saw so much in the spring from Real Madrid, that quick ball movement and working out of pressure.
All the different tactics. They sat back and they countered. They also tried a high press, and they were effective with everyone.
This goes return. That's onside. It's patted away by Howard. The clearance only as far as Lucas Vasquez, trying to find space on Beasley, who blocks the shot.
Well, I'm sure in a game, in a league game, they just fire right by the legs of the goalkeeper. In a game like this, he tried a little trick.
Asensio looking to play that in. Zusi heads it away. Isco brings it down. Have the angle on it to volley. How about the spin and a free kick for Real Madrid?
Yes, how about the spin? Very, very clever.
Piatti, the guilty party. It's a rare chance for someone other than Cristiano Ronaldo to take a free kick for Real Madrid.
Is it Sergio Ramos?
It is. Career high 10 goals last season, all competitions.
When he comes up on set pieces, it's such a nuisance. Climbs on people's backs.
Cruz is hanging around nearby as well, but this looks like Sergio Ramos all the way, and it is, and it's over the bar. Let's go down to the field, Katie, with them. We understand with Josie Altidore.
I am standing here with Josie. You were out there for the better portion of the first half hour. What was it like out there?
It was good. It's a fun atmosphere. The fans are lively, so I think everybody's having a lot of fun.
Anybody surprised you on the field?
Timmy Howard playing with his feet. I never knew he can do that. He looked really good. We put him under pressure a couple of times, but he did okay.
I love it, Josie. Appreciate the time.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Well, in Altidore, you mentioned Greg Vanny and Javinko and Bradley. They lead the Supporters' Shield race. They've got a big game next weekend here in Chicago.
That's not nice having to go to goalkeeper in an all-star game, Josie. Come on.
Altroff all around the outside. Back in for Mayoral, and it's Rondamu got his body in the way. Asensio, how about that control to bring it down? Now on Zusi. Asensio blocked by Kappelhoff. Vasquez controls it. Back heel for Toni Kroos, who puts it just wide.
Well, that's another close one. You just tell by the goalkeepers, by Tim Howard's body language. The difficult one to save because you're coming back the other way.
10th shot Real Madrid have put up in 34 minutes.
I'd normally be critical of not getting pressure to the ball, as you know, but
this is hard for you to sort of just back off.
No, this is good. No, it's easy for me to do. It's actually nice to do it because they don't have to pick it apart.
Villa trying to return for Kaká. They have Javinko in space there. Javinko's going to come away with this as Llorente miscontrolled it. Kaká dragging it in, turning the corner, cutting it back. David Villa, what a save! Keylor Navas hasn't had much of anything to do in 35 minutes. And coming up big there.
Well, all the players are getting up to look at Navas' save, but here's Toni Kroos's transfers. Just narrowly, whoa, that was very close, and then right down the other way. What makes this save really good is when Villa opens up his body, Navas thinks he's going to his left. He stays up as long as he can to get that right paw on it.
Javinko to take the ensuing corner. Everybody back to defend for Real Madrid. As it swung in, Schweinsteiger closest to it.
Hey, Toni Kroos's shot was close.
Well, a good moment there for Keylor Navas, a goalkeeper that coming into his 4th season now, always being heavily criticized, always under pressure, was very nearly surplus and redundant 2 years ago this month, and yet
Champions League winner.
Another Champions League winner came with a massive early save when the game was still scoreless to deny Miralem Pjanic in the final in Cardiff, and he's going to be back stateside September the 1st, Costa Rica against the United States at Red Bull Arena. Massive World Cup qualifier on the way. And you saw in the tunnel there Navas and some of the U.S. internationals in the lineup exchanging pleasantries.
It shows at Real Madrid you can win. You win the Champions League trophy. Okay, you're supposed to. You're Real Madrid. You start again the next season, and guess what? You're supposed to win it again. And if you don't, there is pressure on you.
Easily back from Giovinco. For Giovinco. And Aaron switch meant for Zusi. Teammate of yours, current friend of yours, Gareth Bale.
Yeah, wonderful player, really good guy. It always makes me laugh when people say that he's under pressure. Look, the only time that man is under pressure if he has a 5-foot putt on a golf course.
Well, he was bothered so much by injuries. We barely saw him last spring. It was great to see him get a cameo late appearance in the Champions League final in his hometown of Cardiff. Vasquez the strength there on Giovinco. Hoping for better health and better success this coming season. Bruce knocked away there by Kappelhoff. As Piatti working hard to escape Isco. Couldn't keep it on Sergio Ramos and Llorente. And Sergio Ramos will carry forward. And the Real Madrid fans in the building rise to their feet. Asensio's cross. And enough of that from Kappelhoff. Howard able to prevent it from a corner. And Sergio Ramos is a long run back.
Well, I'm assuming Real Madrid's going to make a host of changes either at halftime or shortly after. So the players that are on the field after creating all these chances are going to want at least a goal to show for it.
It's too far for Piatti.
Which is probably why you saw Sergio Ramos get a sprint into the box.
Pressure there, forcing a giveaway. Long spell of possession for the MLS All-Stars. Van Dam, who's this week got a new teammate, Jonathan Dos Santos, and a new coach in Ziggy Schmidt with the LA Galaxy.
And a red card in his first game.
He is the league leader in yellow cards and red cards this season in MLS. Yellow Van Dam. Not top 10 in fouls, though, so efficient. As David Villa strays offside.
So when he does it right. He's experienced. He'll be used to coaching changes and player changes. It's no problem.
One of the finalists last year for both Newcomer of the Year and Defender of the Year. Great signing for the LA Galaxy. 5 minutes to go in this first half. And you would expect almost entirely new teams for the second half. Big, long dressed rosters for both teams, and wanting to limit minutes and give as many players as much time as possible. So time running out for the players on the field to make an impact. Great little turnaround, and the shot is going to be well wide from Marco Asensio, and it's Ignacio Piatti a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, the two players from Real Madrid I don't think we will see any of, because they were doing a lot of fitness beforehand on the field, would be Luka Modric and Varane.
Cristiano Ronaldo has some judicial matters to attend to right now in Madrid. Not on this tour either. Isco. Just got that away from Piatti's pressure. Teo will tee it up and put it wide. It's been target practice for Real Madrid. The problem is they've been very rarely hitting the target so far. 16 shot, of which 2 have actually forced a save out of Tim Howard. Yeah, challenging for that in the air. Kaká brings it down. Llorente running with him. Able to control the ball now, has work to do. Does it well. Tough miscontrolling. Beasley, 17 years his senior. He's challenging for that in the air. Bradley running it back for a moment. It's going to be a free kick. And Michael Bradley takes a moment. Well, coming up on our Audi halftime report, Rob and the guys will be joined by a special guest, MLS Commissioner Don Garber. Big news today at a press conference earlier today. Announcements of new sponsorship deals, talking about expansion to Miami, all that and more. With Don Garber coming up on our Audi halftime report as it slipped through for Sergio Ramos.
And he goes for a chip. That's Sergio Ramos, but he's just trying to get fitness now. He's making these sprints into the box. And he takes a good touch here. Normally I would think he's going to blast it to either the near post low or the far post low. Both are not certain goals, but very close to it, and he goes for the cheeky little chip.
And Ramos, who had an absolute crush of people trying to get his autograph as he came off the field yesterday, and I mean that literally. There was one fan who actually required some medical attention afterwards. Such was the crush of bodies trying to get a piece of him. Vasquez driving in, the return, a little under hit. Kaká dumping it along. Piatti. Susi making a run up the right. Instead, Kaká goes left for David Villa. Now it'll find the feet of Graham Susi. Kaká. David Villa wants it. David Villa. You saw what he was trying to do there. And it's off target. And we'll be seeing more from the reigning league MVP Sunday night at Yankee Stadium, New York City. New York Red Bulls, part of a doubleheader for you of MLS action here on FS1, along with Sporting Kansas City and Atlanta United. We're getting into the home stretch now.
Can't really stop him. He just shifts it to the left of DeMarcus Beasley, just trying to curl that in the corner. Tim Howard may have been behind it.
Whether he needed to or not, got his forehead to it. Deflected along out for another corner. What a great little run that was by Toni Kroos.
Yeah, tremendous skill. And the ball got stuck underneath his foot, and he tried to scoop it up and over.
So this might well be the last action of the first half. First deep to the backside. Nacho got a touch. It's going to go out. And they changed their mind. They will put 1 minute officially up on the board. The rain looks like it's largely tapered off. We'll see a fresh set of players and hopefully a more goal-filled second half. See if there's time enough maybe for one last chance from the MLS All-Stars. Jovinko able to keep it on Llorente. Jovinko wanting it himself and just Taylor Navas was one of the closest chances we've seen. Still waiting for a goal, though. Rob and the guys with MLS Commissioner Don Garber coming up. 45 minutes down, 45 to go here in Chicago in the 2017 MLS All-Star Game. Still waiting for a goal with Real Madrid.
Out of fabric softener, going on a Target run. Need anything? Clorox wipes for my little artist.
Wonderful.
Geico Motorcycle. Great rates for great rides.
They said it was impossible to have great tasting light beer. Boom! Award-winning Heineken Light, brewed with Cascade hops. They also said a hologram can't pour a beer. That's unfortunate.
We the people are tired of being surprised with extra monthly fees. We want HD in every box and DVR, all included. Because we don't like surprises.
Yes, like changing up the celebrity at the end to someone more handsome and talented.
Really?
And British.
Switch from cable to DirecTV. Get an all-included package for $25 a month. And for a limited time, get a $100 reward card. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Pizza Hut knows what every man, woman, and child wants. The best deal on pizza, like a large two-top pizza for $7.99. Just call in to carry out. Yeah. Or order online for delivery. Because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
If you're going to chase your dreams, remember, they're faster than you think.
It's an MLS Soccer Sunday triple header on ESPN and FS1.
Rated T for Teen.
This summer, only in theaters, watch Dunkirk, the story of the most daring rescue mission of World War II. Then continue the fight in World of Warships as you expand your World War II experience in epic online multiplayer battles with authentic World War II ships. Download and play for free at playwarships.com.
When you paint with Frog Tape, something magical happens, because Frog Tape is the only painting tape with patented paint block technology to give you the cleanest, sharpest lines possible. The patented paint block reacts with water and latex paint to form a micro barrier against paint bleed. Frog Tape Delicate even works on freshly painted surfaces, giving you maximum creative flexibility for professional results when you paint. There's only one name to know. Frog Tape keeps paint out, keeps lines sharp.
Tuesday, soccer superpowers face off on FS1. Champions League title holder Real Madrid. Europa League winner Manchester United. A clash of champions for the UEFA Super Cup. Real Madrid, Manchester United. Tuesday at 2 Eastern on FS1.
MLS on FS1 is presented by Audi. Sold out crowd in very humid Chicago, 0-0 at the break. How do you know you're watching an all-star game? People like to dribble through their box and make lots of passes through the box. Things you would not see in a regular season or playoff game. Glad you're here with us at the break. Rob Stone, Eric Winalda, Stu Holden, and Alexi Lawless with you. Let's get right to our first half highlights. Everybody making their way out onto the field. Again, ref cam in action today, but a really bad moment if you are Atlanta United and MLS. Greg Garza going down with a right shoulder separation.
Yeah, my first text was to technical director over there, Carlos Bocanegra. Not happy. It's not what you like to see if you are Atlanta United. Hoping for a speedy recovery for him.
And look, if you're going to be the goalkeeper for an MLS All-Star team playing against Real Madrid, you're going to be called upon a time or two, and Tim Howard was, and each and every time that he was called upon, he did exactly what Tim Howard does, make the save.
Little turnover here, and David Villa almost getting one.
Look, I mean, we've seen these guys hook up before, even though they played for Real Madrid and Barcelona. They're still friends, and they know the game very well. He should have put that away, though.
And then, Stu, you and I had a great view of this one from Gianvico.
Don Garber was standing right behind this one. You and I thought that was in. Keylor Navas was not getting there. That one just nestles inside that left post. We've seen him do it time after time for Toronto FC, inches away from opening the score in there.
Let's take a look at our first half breakdown of the Audi Player Index. Pretty self-explanatory as you look at the numbers there with Bradley and Schweinsteiger. Visit MLSsoccer.com/Audi to learn more. A quick note to our good friend, Dr. Joe Machnick. Doctor, I hope you've told Barbara by now, because if not, the secret's out of the bag. Our dear friend, our rules expert, our FIFA match commissioner, Dr. Joe Machnick, will be one of 2 people inducted this year into the National Soccer Hall of Fame. He's going in as a builder for his multiple roles as a player, as a coach, as a referee, his days with the MISL, MLS, the FIFA match commissioner, the former All-American goalkeeper as well at LIU, and just one of our favorite human beings that we deal with. And Dr. Joe, We are so proud, and we are excited to be joined by that man next, Commissioner Don Garber on Miami, expansion, and VAR.
What is different? It comes from sidestepping the ordinary, going beyond, and doing more. Introducing the new BlackBerry Key 1, built to do more. Different.
They said it was impossible to have great-tasting light beer. Boom! Award-winning Heineken Light, brewed with Cascade hops. They also said a hologram can't pour a beer. That's unfortunate.
All sports have fans, but soccer isn't like all sports. Soccer has supporters, and they're a different breed entirely. They call themselves outlaws or armies. They show up for club and country to sing, chant, or march to the beat of their own drum. Literally. These aren't fair-weather fans. They're wear-a-scarf in any weather fans. There are a million reasons why supporters love soccer, but supporters are the reason why we do.
They say robots will replace us, that they can do everything we can do. But there's no robot for insight. Or hustle. Or a handshake. At Century 21, we say, good luck, robots. When it comes to making dreams come true, humans win every time. Century 21.
I am craving a Dr. Pepper.
He rides a wave of Dr. Pepper when you're craving Dr. Pepper. Crave Rider. He's really good at delivering Dr. Pepper, and nothing ever stops him.
Sorry, guys, I don't do wolves.
Really?
Yeah, but I left you some Dr. Pepper.
He's going to back up now because he's scared of getting rabies. When you crave.
All right, we're back with one of the best dunkers in basketball. His name is Zach LaVine.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, enough with the jibber jab. Let's roll Zach's top 10 dunks.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Hachi, chachi, dunky, reeny.
Guys, these aren't my dunks. These are sandwiches.
Welcome to our house, Zach.
That's right. We live here.
You live here with the sandwiches?
No, I have a home and a wife and a child.
I live here with the sandwiches.
Try the new Dunked Ultimate Chicken Sandwich in 3 bold flavors and get half-price shakes and ice cream slushes after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
La Quinta presents How to Win at Business. Step 1. Point decisively with the arm of your glasses. Abracadabra, the stage is yours. Step 2. Choose La Quinta, the only hotel where you can redeem loyalty points for a free night instantly and win at business.
We welcome you back to Chicago, and now we take a look at your AT&T goal of the week. It was a stunning game-winning goal, late stages of Orlando City's victory over Atlanta, Hector Diablo. Fans, be sure to visit MLSsoccer.com/GOTW to vote for the goal you think should be crowned the AT&T goal of the week. We're pleased to be joined once again live by the Commissioner of Major League Soccer, Don Garber. I know you got out of your Board of Governors meeting earlier today. It's a topic we've been talking to you about for years, Miami. The line you said today, we believe the time is right, finally, for Miami to become a great MLS city. Look, for years it's felt like a square peg in a round hole. Why is the time right now?
You know, it starts with a final stadium location, which we've worked so hard for. And really, David needed a financial partner who he now has with Todd Boehly. You know, we've got a couple of issues we needed to work out. We've got some time to do that. Our board said, hey, we're ready to go. If you could resolve those issues, take your time to do that. And we hope to be in Miami in several weeks' time to be able to celebrate with David and his partners.
All right, so hot spots in this country. I want to talk about expansion. I want to know where it is. I don't know how much you're willing to tell me, but where are we going next?
Yeah, I don't know where exactly, Eric. I know that we've got 12 markets, and those 12 markets are all very interested for those 4 spots. We'll pick 2 in December. You have Nashville, Cincinnati, Sacramento, Detroit, all who are really energized, surprising us all. But then you got Charlotte and Raleigh, and Tampa, and so many other markets. So we'll be in December with 2 to pick, and we'll have 2 great cities, and then 2 more picking sometime after that.
Fantastic stuff.
Don, you said today also, you said the last 4. Does that mean we're going from 24 to 28, and that is the end of expansion, or is that just your current understanding of where you guys are at as a league?
Really, we had to be very fair, Stuart, and not sort of say it's going to end and then it will continue. At 28, we'll be the largest league in the world. We've got a lot of work that we need to do to onboard all those teams, figure out our competitive format, ensure we have the right players, ensure that we have the right relationship with all those communities. 28 in my tenure, that's for darn sure.
All right, well, let's talk about something that's happening right now. Ready or not, here comes video review. VAR, it's happening this weekend. Why was it so important to you to have it, number one, and to have it mid-season for MLS?
You know, Alexia, Howard Webb came in, made a presentation. You guys have talked about it. Go online at MLSsoccer.com, see his video. It's amazing how cool it is. You know, we're a believer in technology. The North American sports fan is used to it in every aspect of what we do when we consume our content. So we wanted to be first. We wanted to not wait. We tested it for almost a full year. We're ready to roll it out. And let me say to everybody, it's not a silver bullet. The beauty of the game is sort of the discretion that officials have, but we'll correct mistakes. And that's an important part of what I think our fans want.
We were there with it for the FIFA Confederations Cup. It provided plenty of talking points for us. Commissioners, always, we appreciate the time and the insight joining us live. Earlier here at halftime, MLS and Wells Fargo awarded the MLS Works Community MVP Contest Grand Prize. 22 finalists. They were chosen from a list of nominees from each of the 22 MLS clubs. Fans voted for Keith Palau as the outstanding individual who makes a positive impact in his community. Wells Fargo, they're going to donate $25,000 to Keith's charity, Embrace Oregon, and pledge $1,000 each to the other 21 finalists. Congratulations to Keith and the entire Portland Timbers community. 0-0 at the break, second 45 from Soldier Field. Next.
This copyrighted telecast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.
With AT&T, you can get your entertainment right here. Right now, when you get the incredible iPhone 7 from AT&T, you can get unlimited data and live TV. The channels you love, your favorite shows and movies, making your iPhone into more of a... Oh, my TV is ringing. Hey, I'm in the middle of a second iPhone from AT&T? Okay. Right now, when you buy a new iPhone 7 from AT&T, you'll get a second iPhone 7 on us and power both with unlimited data and live TV.
California is famous for lots of things. Cars and technology are just 2 of them. Now Mothers brings car care and technology together with California Gold Synthetic Wax. Ultra-fine polishes bring out that Mother's signature gloss and deep, wet shine, while specially formulated polymers form a chemical bond that protects your paint surface. Easy on, easy off, in the shade or in the sun. Mother's Synthetic Wax. Pure California Gold.
Guys, we're out of milk. Going on a Target run. Need anything?
Skim milk. Chocolate milk. I'm not doing dairy this week.
Got it.
Get everyday low prices on everyday essentials. Target run and done.
They say robots will replace us, that they can do everything we can do. But there's no robot for insight or hustle or a handshake. At Century 21, we say, good luck, robots. When it comes to making dreams come true, humans win every time. Century 21.
They said it was impossible to have great-tasting light beer. Boom! Award-winning Heineken Light, brewed with Cascade hops. They also said a hologram can't pour a beer. That's unfortunate.
Lewandowski, Aubameyang. The German Super Cup, Dortmund versus Bayern Munich, Saturday at 2 Eastern on Fox.
Daddy, I want you to meet my boyfriend, Sean. We're getting married.
Have a seat. You got a job? Yes, sir. You smoke, drink, do drugs? No, sir. Who's your car insurance with? The General, sir. Welcome to the family, son. Thanks, Dad.
Get your anonymous online quote and ride with the General. For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
It's time for the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. The year's best deals on the world's best-selling ATVs and side-by-sides. Now is the time to buy, with rebates up to $4,000. Get started at Polaris.com.
Spend $50 or more at BassPro.com and choose your shipping. Free economy, 2 to 3 day delivery for only $3, or free ship to store and get a $10 Bass Pro gift card. For a limited time, only at BassPro.com.
This week, MLS Soccer Sundays on ESPN and FS1. First, the Portland Timbers take on the LA Galaxy. It's an earlier time, 2 p.m. Eastern, because of extreme heat in the Pacific Northwest than an FS1 doubleheader. New York City taking on the New York Red Bulls at 6. Sporting Kansas City against Atlanta United at 8. MLS Soccer Sunday on ESPN and FS1. So there's going to be about 87 subs here coming up in a moment, and we're going to do our level best to try to stay on top of all of the changes. You're seeing a couple of them on your screen. Matt Hedges, reigning Defender of the Year. Miguel Almiron, tremendous new signing for Atlanta United. Dax McCarty now playing here with the Chicago Fire. Diego Valeri, the Portland Timbers. We see Helen Acosta and Tom Dwyer out there. So we will sort through them the best we can for both teams. Tom Dwyer, of course, we saw over the weekend the trade a week ago from Kansas City to Orlando. Player bubbling with energy. Brad, what are you hoping to see maybe differently or better in the second half, at least from an entertainment standpoint?
Goals. We want some goals. It's an all-star game. I think we saw lots of chances by Real Madrid in the first half with no goals to show for it. I think once we get one goal, then it's going to open up. No one's going to want to lose the game, so they're going to go for goals, and it'll open.
Well, here's a look back at 19 first-half shots from Real Madrid. The previous high from any team in an all-star game in this current format last couple of years was Bayern Munich with 9.
Yeah, they had lots of possession, lots of shots, as you would expect. Real Madrid have some wonderful world-class players. Even if they're young, they're very, very talented. Playing against a group of players who have never played together before, albeit they have some very good players and talented players themselves. But time and time again, they got in the goal-scoring opportunities. You think in a couple weeks' time, a lot of those are going to fall in.
I was going to say, at what point does that start to bug Zinedine Zidane? The goals aren't going in.
Well, I think they've got Manchester United in the Super Cup. I think it'll bother them. Yeah, right then. Then you're going to have Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup. And the season's going to start shortly after that. So they're going to want to start a lot of these fall soon.
So as we understand it, certainly for MLS, everybody who was on the field at the end of the first half is done for the night. You see Stefan Fry, provider of one of the great moments in MLS Cup history, his remarkable save on Josie Altidore as the Seattle Sounders won MLS Cup last December. Alan Chapman and Ref Cam waiting patiently for the players to make their way out. Now Chapman, by the way, is on the verge of his 100th career regular season game in charge. So it looks like Parkhurst and Hedges will be your center back pair. We saw Matt Hedges get a couple of opportunities with the U.S. national team at the Gold Cup. Michael Parkhurst, who started on this field the 2013 Gold Cup final for the United States. It looks like a lot of the same players that ended the half for Real Madrid will begin it. They'll have a couple of subs that they will be making.
So Costa's out at left back, it looks.
And you see Jesus Vallejo, who's coming on, change in goal as well. Ruben Janez. And also Danny Ceballos. The other acquisition they've had along with Teo Hernandez this summer. Second half underway here in Chicago. The MLS All-Star Game for 2017. Hoping for goals here. And if we do finish tied at the end of 90 minutes, it will be a penalty shootout. Tim Howard involved in one of those a couple of years ago as Salzburg's played Everton. It's Almiron after Diego Valeri. Valeri looking to clip it in. Vallejo just on the field, who was able to head it away.
Number 21, Matt Hedges. Number 25, 24, Stephen Fry, and number 23, Kamala.
Still on the field. Nacho looks like he's setting up in a holding midfield position. He's their Swiss Army knife. He's all over the field for Real Madrid. Grana of FC Dallas is out there. Right back, Alan Acosta now chasing this as the left back, and that's going to be too far for Lucas Vazquez. All right, Katie Witham, what is the word from downstairs? Veljko Paunovic to the MLS All-Stars bench.
Well, John, you and Brad have talked about All-Star games were meant to be a lot of fun. That's what I was expecting to get from Veljko Paunovic coming out of the locker room at the half. Instead, I got a coach's report because we are taking this extremely serious down here, John. He said it was extremely unlucky for Greg Garza to go down with that injury. He felt like that affected his squad early on, and it allowed them to struggle with their defensive shape and organization. His message to them in the locker room at the half was be patient in that final third and really wait on that perfect pass to put one in the back of the net. They're very serious. I saw those All-Stars out here warming up. No joking around. They were focused on the task at hand, John.
As we said, there is an element of pride that exists in a lot of these guys.
And he's not going to want to take a loss of 3-4 or 5-0. But in saying that, Real Madrid have stated their intentions, John. They're playing a lot of the young players, a lot of the players that probably won't be starring at all in that game against Manchester United.
Isco trying to run away from Dex McCarty. Good early touch for Stephen Fry. I do amend what I said earlier. It looks like Ignacio Piatti has actually stayed out there. Everyone else has been changed out for the MLS All-Stars. Trying to step in there on Teo. Maroon couldn't come away with the ball. Dispossessed by Asensio. It does appear with Piatti staying out, it's Giovanni Dos Santos, the only player yet to get on the field for the MLS All-Stars so far tonight. There's Asensio driving through. Maroon just bouncing off him. Played to the far side. It's Atraf, the right back, sending the cross all the way through. Valeri dancing away. Grana, number 8 of Argentina, dispossessed, and now Isco on the ball from Asensio. Isco cutting back. Grana going to hook in that cross. It's a bounced off of Vazquez's shoulder, and Alan Acosta, we've seen him at left back before. He's played there for youth and senior national teams, even though he's a holding midfielder for FC Dallas. Turn it in for Dom Dwyer. Yanez able to get off his line in time.
Yeah, good goalkeeping, good positioning. It's nice to see MLS the All-Stars go forward. Yeah, Kellen Acosta is really good player, good for the changing room, hard worker, versatile, can play at right back, left back, best positions in the center of the field. Can play as a 6 or an 8.
Being changed, but able to keep it. Atraf. Yeah, it is the fun part of these exhibitions. As it's threaded in for Nemanja Nikolic, it's going too far. Is when you're calling these games, you end up spending the first 10 minutes of second half just trying to figure out who's out there and get your notes all set as you look at Nikolic, leading goal scorer in MLS so far this year. A reminder, the UEFA Super Cup is coming up on Tuesday. We've been talking about it 2 Eastern here at FS1. Real Madrid, winners of the UEFA Champions League. Manchester United, winners of the UEFA Europa League. One of the ceremonial curtain raisers to the European season. Coming up Tuesday here on FS1. Alvaro in for Nikolic and too far. So a little bit more activity going forward for the MLS All-Stars opening 5 minutes in this half.
Yeah, and straight away it takes Sergio Ramos out of the team and straight down the middle twice. They nearly break through. Nikolic's runs forward. Almiron it was just before that. But John, we need a goal. This is an MLS All-Star game. We need a goal. We need this game to open up.
And here comes Teo running forward. Parker's there to meet him. Gets it off wide. Driving in, playing in Dex McCarty. Intercepting that from Ceballos. Valeri early. And whistle's going to go. Well, that's interesting. It looks like an offside decision. See the flag come up.
I think the assistant referee probably would have told him it's offside, kept his flag down because the defender touched it and the referee decided that that was an advantage.
There you go. So communication over the headsets between Alan Chapman and Adam Vitzkowski, the assistant on this near side. Costa going to ground. It's Asensio now. McCarty throws to shoulder, can't take him off the ball. Asensio looking to cut it in. Meyerall and Michael Parkhurst was there to intercept, and a bit more end-to-end, which is good to see as we begin the second half. Valeri to the far side. Piatti wanted to play in for Nikolic, and just too far in front. Vallejo was able to take it away.
You start to see these real big holes in the middle of midfield, but Real Madrid getting a little bit fatigued as this game goes on. And the MLS All-Stars, well, they're in an All-Star game, so defending is probably not their priority.
There on the ball, 24, coming from Real Betis. Maybe starting for the last 3 seasons. He's only 20 years of age. This is Vallejo, the center back, coming all the way forward, slipping it in, trying to find Meyerall. And that's from someone in there. Might have been Hedges to break it up. Nicholas there to keep it. Max McCarty. The Chicago team mentioned is on the league last year, now second place overall this year, on pace for one of the best single-season turnarounds in league history.
And Nelson Rodriguez and Paunovic have to be given a lot of credit for turning that around.
Tail from Ceballos. Almiron helping. I just got out of the way there of the challenge. Great little turn for Miguel Almiron.
Ooh, and another little dip of the shoulder, and
Nikolic offside. Flag was going to come up, but it was comfortably in for Johnny as the goalkeeper.
Oh, unlucky Almiron. A little dip of the shoulder and a lot of pace right by Ceballos. Here's a more. I want more of that.
I mentioned along with Garza and Parker's just a wonderful story out of Atlanta this year. The crowds, the success on the field. Ceballos once more. Already backing off. In for Isco. Broken up by Valeri. Given right back as Llorente comes to get it. Ceballos again on the turn. McCarty pokes it away. Valeri quickly for Piatti. Nikolic has been trying to hold himself onside. Pass won't find him though. This was Vallejo sliding in wearing the number 3, held by Pepe for a decade. Real Madrid, he was out of contract in the summer and made his way to Besiktas in Turkey. Marco Asensio has Teo running in. Trying to recover. Asensio loose touch. Cleanly recover it. Valeri quickly for Piatti. Nikolic in front of him. Vallejo, the defender, and able to clean that up and play it safe and take a chunk out of the LED advertising boards on the far side.
A little uncharacteristic from a Spanish defender, not playing it back to your goalkeeper and getting it back.
Nikolic, can he turn the corner cleanly? Stayed in play, and a second time. That was too far for Piatti to do anything with. Isco is sprinting forward with it.
You'll know the stats. You're the stat man, John. Has there ever been a 0-0 in an All-Star game?
I have to go back. I'm trying to keep my eye on this. It's going back and forth right now. I know you're stunned. I've only done 2 of these.
Get an almanac.
Getting a helpful series of tweets right now to inform me of the answer, and a quick check suggests no, we have not had one, so hopefully we don't make history in that regard tonight. Llorente spinning back on Almiron. Isco. We're trying to cover him, and it's a good tackle by Diego Valeri. Showing off his defensive skills. All-time leader in assists for the Portland Timbers. Now, just confirmation of the All-Stars are looking out there. 10 of 11 for the second half. Change at halftime, and Giovanni Dos Santos, standing to our left, is getting loose and warming up. Expect to see him at some point in the second half.
Yeah, I think 15 minutes in. Piatti will come out. That'll be 30 minutes for Altidore, Piatti, and
Miro, wrong side for Nikolic.
And Dos Santos. Another one of my ex-teammates is going to come out and score a great goal for me. Come on, Gio.
So now for Ceballos to the far side. Off there, spinning it back. Vasquez on Kellen Acosta, who got a foot in. And it will be a corner for Real Madrid. Vasquez to take Real Madrid a decade ago this summer as a 16-year-old. The out-swinging corner from him. Up for it, but heading wide was Teo Hernandez.
Grana, who was marking him. It wasn't really a movement at all. Teo Hernandez just got on the Grana's right shoulder. You see, they're both sort of standing there. That's the best of defending, and not the best of headers either.
Alan Chapman giving us his view with our ref cam tonight.
I'm allowed to say this, but the head's got to start getting slippery a little bit.
As you got a lot of moisture, you got to.
We know how it's done. Still don't see
tough.
I still don't see the baldness in me though, John.
Almiron from Piatti, slipping it in. It was just behind Dwyer, and Nacho was able to clear. Asensio charging forward, and Grana can't recover. Parker's fronting him now. Able to shepherd it back. Ceballos. That's onside. Chance for Meyer. Oh, to slip in the first goal of the 2017 All-Star game. Borja Mayoral, 20 years of age, loan on Wolfsburg last season. Back into the first team after playing for Zinedine Zidane in the reserves. Trying to kickstart his season with the opening goal tonight.
And as the defenders are retreating, and this is just work on a training ground. These players don't play with each other. You see Dax McCarty try to tell Grana to tuck in for Michael Parkhurst. It's Hedges who comes over and tries to rectify the situation. And with the aid of a deflection, it may have been going wide. Just slips up and over Stefan Frey. Maybe this is the goal we need, though. MLS All-Stars are going to have to go and attack now. It'll open up even more, and we're going to start getting chances.
They're all a part of the Spanish team at the European Under-21 Championships in June. Finished runners-up to Germany. MLS on FS1, sponsored by Continental Tire for what you do. A couple familiar faces up off the bench for Real Madrid.
I'm not sure if this is good news or bad news for MLS All-Stars now. We're seeing Casemiro, Bale, Benzema.
Vasquez. Farachkov got inside of Hedges, rolling it across the face of goal. This 18-year-old Madrid-born son of Moroccan parents who debuted for Morocco's national team last fall against Canada. And a big roar on the way as the changes come.
And Zinedine Zidane's son.
Well, Casemiro will be the first to make his way on the field.
Oh, not yet. Zinedine Zidane just went and told his son to go sit back down.
Karim Benzema making his way on the field. Gareth Bale making his way onto the field, and you'll hear it. Carvajal has come out there.
Here's going to be a shout.
Marcelo coming onto the field. Got a lot of shouts from the fans yesterday. Mateo Kovacic as well. Giovanni Dos Santos coming on for Piatti for the MLS All-Stars.
MLS All-Stars have to be a little bit careful because they got Almiron, Valeri, Giovanni Dos Santos, Dwyer, Nikolic, all aren't going to want to come back and defend all the time.
Kovacic wide, Carvajal from Vasquez, Kellen Acosta's there. Just kept that in play. And wins a throw out of it.
And some not bad players have just come on the field.
A lot more like that Real Madrid team that was the first in the Champions League era to win the European Cup back-to-back. First time since AC Milan in 1990 in the old format. Gareth Bale over Stefan Fry's crossbar.
Stefan Fry might be looking up and said, "What have I done to deserve coming in at halftime?"
Why couldn't have I got
game?
the first half?
No, it's a wonderful experience. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they get 20 more attempts. They love playing in this game against this team.
Dwyer was challenging with Casemiro in the air. Valeri, Giovanni Dos Santos. Mateo Kovacic owning the oohs and ahs there. Hardly able to recover it though. Well, let's get past him. Benzema, Marcelo just throws off Dax McCarty to the far side. Early cross for Benzema. Michael Parkhurst able to get it behind for a corner.
And that's a left back Dax McCarty ran into. These players over at the big clubs in Europe, they're so big, powerful, and strong. Doesn't matter what position they play. Doesn't matter how good technically they are. They are all strong.
Rain is picking back up a little bit. This guy's sitting in the corner. Nacho is up for it. Couldn't turn it off target. Nikolic trying to play the outlet for Almiron. All-Stars create a break. Dom Dwyer. Carvajal was there to meet him. And he got a chunk out of Nacho there on the way through. This is Kovacic weaving his way through, handing off for Benzema. Benzema in for Bale. Bale the return. Parkhurst a touch, trying to recover it. Benzema blocked away by Kellen Acosta to prevent a second Real Madrid goal.
Initially, Benzema was so calm and cool. Stefan Fry did well to come out and throw him off, force him to go wide.
Dwyer couldn't hold it up. Benzema top 10 in both Real Madrid and in fact UEFA Champions League goal scoring history. It's his 9th season now. Last season was the first time since he first arrived he didn't get to 20 goals. Bale cutting back. Grana able to get it back for Ceballos. Bale once more. Able to block the cross. Their own buzzing around. Marcelo on it.
You know, these players on the field now, there is a potential that every time they have a possession, they could get a cross or a shot.
Lucas Vasquez dancing with McCarty, able to keep it. Hedges and Acosta, FC Dallas combining to take him off the ball. Valeri looking for Gio Dos Santos, forcing a clearance out of Vallejo. Valeri for Almiron. Grana advancing up the right. Grana getting a cross away. And all the way through. Nikolic was in there for it.
Good ball, and that's what MLS All-Stars would need. Get that 1-1. Try to, you're not going to pin this team back, but at least put a little bit of a fear in them.
Was in for it as well and slid his way into the advertising boards.
which, as we said, leading goal scorer in the league, 16 goals in 21 games. Trying to make a run at the all-time goal scoring record for a single season. Offside flag is up on the far side. On FS1, sponsored by Heineken. Open your world. So a more entertaining tempo to the second half than the first. Goal produced out of it so far. Marcelo. We're chasing him down, but he gets it away for Bale. Just gliding his way into the middle. Lancic's caught from behind by Valeri. Keeps his feet, keeps the ball. The return for Bale.
It was a good run. Gareth Bale started out on the wing, goes all the way in the middle. Really good run, and another ball played through to him.
Coach nowhere to go, but put out for a throw. As we mentioned, about 3 months with an ankle injury in November last season. Played just twice in the last month and a half with a couple of recurring calf issues.
Just watching him on TV, you wouldn't realize how big and powerful he is.
He's been playing with him for a couple seasons at Tottenham Hotspur. You know what he's capable of, and as you said, it's a lot of talk around him, so I'm sure he's excited to get on the field and silence a lot of those talkers. Here he comes now. Michael Parker's trying to recover. Gareth Bale driving in off the outside of the post.
But again, the back four from MLS All-Stars aren't all together. Grana gets caught up. Gareth Bale knew exactly what he wanted to do. Shoot across the goalkeeper, which is a good place to do it. Just unlucky it goes off the post.
A short goal kick given straight back away. Ceballos. Vasquez couldn't control it. Dos Santos. Dwyer was flying through but couldn't flick it along for Nikolic. Gareth Bale. And fly. Just miss hitting it out. So here is who's on the field now for this second half, including Ruben Janez leading the team out. Like I said, this is a lot of familiar names in this Real Madrid team. The players who won both the Champions League and La Liga last season. It was the first time Real Madrid had actually done that. Since 1958, 60 seasons without winning La Liga and the European Cup in the same year. It's Miguel Almiron, met by Casemiro. For Alan Chapman saying Casemiro got the ball. A little bit of a wince on Almiron's face. And a big wince on Tata Martino's face as he saw him involved in that challenge. Already losing Greg Garza in this game tonight. Vasquez cutting back the cross. McCarty read it the whole way. McCarty able to keep it. Handing off for Gio Dos Santos. Nikolic trying to hold himself onside. Flipping in instead for Dwyer. He's onside. Nikolic is as well. Nemanja Nikolic. That's off the outside. Fooling a lot of the fans that hit the outside netting and bounced off the advertising boards. Good chance by the MLS All-Stars to try to get this goal back.
Yeah, well, Nikolic had run in an offside position. It's Dom Dwyer who makes the second run. He's deemed just onside. The defender did well to come and cut off that far post, as that's probably the better place to go.
MLS able to win it back in the attacking half. On their own, he's got Hernan Grana to his right. Didn't like that option. Valeri. Dwyer behind Nikolic. Valeri charging through. Comes away with it. Diego Valeri blocked by Marcelo.
Well read by Marcelo. He's in a very wide position. Has a great recovery. I don't even think Valeri knew he was there.
Lucas Zidane, Zinedine's son, one of the young goalkeepers for this team, amongst three Real Madrid players preparing to come on in a moment. Nikolic. Dos Santos trying to flick. Nikolic's touch was blocked out. Benzema tracking back to help. Cardi steps in. Carvajal first to react. And Carvajal took a hit there.
Have a look at this for a block and a friendly. You don't even see him anywhere in the screen. Nearly 10 yards away from the play. Flings his body at it.
Well, they call him Luca, and you can understand why. The name Zidane on the back of the shirt carries a heavy burden.
So he was in goal for France when my under-19s played against them. He is very, very good. A little risky, but very good with his feet.
He was a part of the U19s last season, played a couple times for the reserves. He's 19 years of age, French international. One of two sons of legendary players, Jonathan Klinsmann the other, playing in goal and getting an opportunity in Germany this season.
I just signed for Hertha Berlin, did very well in the under-20 World Cup with us. But he plays really high off his line, Luka Zidane. He always wants the ball. He demanded it off his players at any time.
Dos Santos trying to test him, pulling it wide. MLS on FS1, sponsored by Advocare, the official sports nutrition partner of Major League Soccer. It's fun to see him get an opportunity here for the last 20 minutes or so. Blocks it out. Just has been trying. Caught up a bit in the wind. Conditions have never really entirely abated. Rain has been coming off and on. It's been a bit of a windy evening on the shores of Lake Michigan. Benzema, fronted by Parkhurst. Area was trying to flick that along for on their own. It was taken back. It's Kovacic now. Far away from the one-time Barcelona player, Giovanni Dos Santos. His brother now is a teammate with the LA Galaxy. Ceballos for Marcelo. Ceballos. Hall. Samiro. Marcelo. Early cross from him. And all the way through for a goal kick. There.
Yeah, a lot of people would land on the head and put himself in a handstand.
Valeri. Flipping it across for Andrana. Marcelo going to cross all the way through. All right, final 15 minutes here. It's just the one goal from Borja Mayoral in the 59th minute for Real Madrid. There's been a couple of comebacks for the MLS All-Stars in this format. 13th straight year MLS All-Stars have taken on foreign opposition. 2008, they came back from a goal down to beat West Ham 3-2. 2009, from a goal down, drawing Everton, winning in a shootout. 2014, came back from a goal down at halftime to beat Bayern Munich 2-1.
Yeah, I said Luka Zidane's really good with his feet. fired one over Marcelo's head into the second or third row. I assure you he is good with his feet. Don't look at me like that, John Strong.
Well, it is something we talked about in the spring. Zinedine Zidane being the former coach of the reserves, and as Tom Dwyer slides in to win that ball and Almiron comes away with it, his ability to understand the young kids in the team and bring them in. The cross looking for Nemanja Nikolic. Zidane backing off. Nikolic has to chase it down. Grana making the run. Great ball from Nikolic. Grana out. Can he get a cross in? No, but he'll get a corner out of it. Second corner of the night for the MLS All-Stars. A couple of good set-piece takers out in the field. It'll be Miguel Almiron to take. Swing from him is out past everyone. Panovich, we'd love to see this team get something out of the night. We asked him yesterday about Nemanja Nikolic. His league-leading forward is in there right now. He says he's a goal scorer. He's just doing his job. And in fact, 3 straight seasons, Nikolic was top goal scorer in the leagues he was playing in, Hungary and Poland. And in fact, when he joined the Chicago Fire from Legia Warsaw in the end of January, he's actually leading the Polish league again in goal scoring, and now the 16 goals in 21 MLS games for this resurgent Chicago Fire. Can he get one tonight? Almiron, Dwyer, let it go. Nikolic playing it on. Grana picks it up. Grana sending the cross in, and it's past Dos Santos. Acosta's not going to get there to keep it in play.
Well, it's nice to see MLS All-Stars trying to forge forward and get this equalizing goal. So both Kellen Acosta forward and Grana.
Gareth Bale foot race with Matt Hedges. Bale lost the angle there, so now he's going to engage Hedges 1v1, who blocks the shot. Benzema letting it go. Ceballos poked away by Parkhurst. Picked up instead in the middle. It's Oscar, one of the substitutes, and that's not the way he wants to introduce himself to this game. The 19-year-old promoted from the U19s.
The crowd's letting them know what they thought of the shot.
The U19 Real Madrid team that this last season won the Spanish Youth League, the Spanish Youth Cup, got to the semifinals of the UEFA Youth League, the U19 version of the Champions League. There's a handful of those players on this preseason tour for Real Madrid. Lucas Zidane on the ball there among them. Oscar playing in, Carvajal playing on. Hedges trying to recover, Benzema's in the middle. Carvajal sent away by Parkhurst.
Well done by Michael Parkhurst. Benzema looked like he was going to go behind him on his right-hand side, and then he went to the far post. Stayed his ground.
A touch there, Valeri dancing away from Oscar. Gio Dos Santos got a couple different runners. Dwyer, he's straight into an offside position. Marcelo intercepted it. Dwyer's pressure is off of Nikolic's chest. It's Álvaro Tejero, 21-year-old center back who's on the field as part of all these late subs, able to get it clear. Ceballos. Kovacic. Carvajal. Struggled with injuries late last season, able to return for the Champions League final. Going down with an injury in the first leg of the semifinal. Putting that ball in. Hedges was there. Hedges talked to us about the atmosphere that Oscar Pareja creates around training every day at FC Dallas. How it helps them adjust to these higher levels. CONCACAF Champions League, international play, and now going up against the stars of Real Madrid. And Ceballos. Outside of Almiron, back outside for Marcelo. Squared in for Kovacic, dancing around Valeri. Dos Santos as well. Couldn't slip it in backdoor for Carvajal. Kellen Acosta there to read it. Can he find the outlet ball? Dwyer looking to return, and it's going to be too far and out in front of Kellen Acosta.
The second time, Kovacic looks like he's going to play it wide, and then he wraps his foot right around that ball. Plays it to that runner going from outside to in.
10 minutes for the MLS All-Stars to get a tying goal. As we said, if it finishes tied after 90 minutes, we would have a penalty shootout here in Chicago. Marcelo for Benzema. The return it was Oscar, and Hardy now under pressure, able to keep it on Ceballos, and a good ovation from his hometown, or local fans, I should say, playing for the Chicago Fire. And a lot of applause on the bench from his coach, Veljko Paunovic. Not too far for Valeri, whether he would have been offside or not. Marcelo, the patience, the vision to find Casemiro all the way along for Carvajal. He's got Benzema and Bale in the middle. Well, really is Casemiro. He's on it now. Caught in his foot. McCarty able to knock it away. Macic, Benzema. Macic has Marcelo advancing up the left. Almiron was cutting off the passing angle. Marcelo after all. Lifting the cross for Benzema, met instead by Stefan Fry. And the early outlet now for Diego Valeri. It's Dwyer on the far side. Nikolic in the middle. Dwyer running in on Vallejo. Dom Dwyer. Hit by Casemiro, almost got away with it. And Lucas Zidane able to get it clear out for a throw.
Real Madrid are happy to play 2v2 at the back. And that's one of the other reasons MLS All-Stars are able to get a few counterattacks.
Nikolic for Almiron. Back out for Valeri. Valeri on the deck looking for Gio dos Santos, and he appreciated the idea. It's knocked behind for a corner. Back to defend this for Real Madrid as Valeri swings it in. He's looking for hedges. A lot of traffic in there in front of Lucas Zidane. He's able to play the outlet for Marcelo, and here he comes. 12th season now with Real Madrid. Handing off for Gareth Bale. Almiron trying to recover. Bale running on. Got a cross in for Benzema. Parkhurst there to meet it. And shepherded behind by Grana for a Real Madrid corner. It would be fun to see Gareth Bale and Miguel Almiron in an open field foot race. I know you're confident Bale would win it, but there's some speed out there.
Yeah, Almiron's quick. Gareth's quick, but he's also powerful. He's faster over distance as he keeps going.
Marcelo off the short corner. Benzema. Oscar. Open up for Casemiro. It's going to be too far. Coming up next here on FS1, Kevin Burkhardt, AJ Pierzynski, and Eric Karros with you for MLB Whip Around. Red Sox going for the sweep against the Indians. The Dodgers trying to continue their dominance, and the defending champion and look with us here in Chicago, Cubs in postseason form. All that and more on MLB Whip Around coming up next here on FS1 after the 2017 MLS All-Star game that the All-Stars are hoping to square up with Real Madrid. 59th-minute goal. The 20-year-old Borja Mayoral, one of the young players trying to impress Zinedine Zidane on this preseason tour, getting the team for the defending UEFA Champions League and La Liga winners. Their first competitive match Tuesday live here on FS1 against Manchester United in the UEFA Super Cup. Ceballos working on Miguel Almiron. Cardi got a footing, close down quickly by Hernan Grana. Good strength by Mateo Kovacic. Now Carvajal on the far side. Slipped in, Gareth Bale. Rolled in, Benzema holding it up. Couldn't set up a teammate. Trying to carry out, has put himself in a tough position. And just couldn't do anything with that from McCarty. Kept in play by Bale. They're looking for a second. Whipped in on Fry, who got his body behind it. Playing quick for Almiron. Made the move on Casemiro. Is going to recover now. Almiron sprinting in. Almiron driving central in for Nikolic. Can he get it out from underneath his feet? Not before Vallejo could slide across and slide it out for a corner.
And Almiron now showing that pace you were talking about, John, in open ground. Slid in a pretty decent ball to Dom Dwyer.
Can they cash in it?
Or was it Nikolic who sent it into?
Goal scoring attempt. It'll be Diego Valeri to take it this time. His 50th MLS assist over the weekend against Houston. There's almost another. It is in after all. It was McCarty on the first one. It was Dwyer on the follow-up. It's one apiece here in Chicago.
And Real Madrid have had lots and lots of chances to put this away. But it was a counter set up by Almiron for this corner. Really good header by Dax McCarty. A lot of substitutions come in the game. You don't know who you're marking. It's Ceballos who allows McCarty to run by him. And then it's unlucky at the end for Lucas Zidane. No real chance to save it. And it's 1-1.
Well, we've seen Dax McCarty score with his head on a number of occasions. You wouldn't think it. And he's very adept in those positions, as is Dom Dwyer. Clipped in for Bale. Hedges couldn't get there. That's not going to find Benzema. Dwyer, number 2 in MLS goal scoring since the beginning of the 2014 season. Beginning his new life in Orlando. Back at his old number 14 tonight, though. 3 minutes plus stoppage time, then penalty kicks unless we get a winner. Ceballos looks off Kovacic, in for Benzema, out for Oscar, across for Carvajal. Acosta comes to meet him. In the middle of the return for Carvajal, couldn't spin cleanly off it. Ball from Ceballos, Dwyer bringing it down.
There's that 2v2 again, and it allows a potential counter-attack.
Benzema. Back it was Carvajal there, making the move around Hedges and getting fouled. Free kick here for Real Madrid. Put quickly back into play. Benzema, Hedges that time. Won the battle. Ceballos for Bale. Carvajal. Work by Valeri to intercept the pass for Gareth Bale. Gio dos Santos. That's a nutmeg on Casemiro. Dwyer's opening up on the near side. Dos Santos will play for him now. Nikolic is in the middle. Hernan Grana coming forward. Dwyer skipping around Marcelo, but Casemiro there to break it up. We'll see how much stoppage time Alan Chapman gives. A lot of subs in this second half. Shootouts potentially on the way. Marone could get on top of that loose touch from Danny Carvajal. There's been less and less a right back as this half is worn on. Kovacic. McCarty there to meet him. The return for Kovacic. McCarty sliding through to tackle it out. Benzema there to get it on the far side. Benzema dancing on Callan Acosta. Oohs and ahs. Benzema using his strength in the end. Now setting up Ceballos. Almiron was there. Almiron sprinting along. Casemiro not going to let him through that time.
Casemiro, he can put in a strong tackle. Here's Benzema showing, and then have a look at this when he throws him off him at the end. But it comes to nothing. Still 1-1.
Announcing a sellout crowd here at Soldier Field tonight. 61,428 fans have filled one of the really historic soccer venues in this country. Opening match of the 94 World Cup games and the 99 World Cup. Of course, it was very heavily renovated for 2003. The Gold Cup finals here. The home of the Chicago Fire. The fans feel it's been worth the trip out of the traffic and the weather tonight. 2-minute stoppage time. Nikolic for Dos Santos. Weaving through. Looking to cut it back. There's too much traffic there. Will we get a late stoppage time winner? Or will it be penalties here tonight? Kovacic.
Well, there's 5 players not tracking back, which happens in these games.
Marcelo. Danny Carvajal. Valeri comes to meet him. Kovacic. guard. Marcelo. Andrada defending, sliding through, preventing the cross. Goal kick is the decision. Well, this would be the latest winner in MLS All-Star Game history. Eddie Johnson in 2012, 90+1 to beat Chelsea. If it comes, it'll be 90+2 at least. Or will Stephen Fry be involved in a penalty shootout once again, like he was in the last Cup in December? Valeri, up there by Danny Carvajal. Is this the window? Seconds to go here. Valeri for Gio Dos Santos. Parkhurst able to get it away from Bale.
Paunovic is down there screaming.
In for Dwyer now. Dwyer was trying to spin around there on Tejero. It'll be a corner for the MLS All-Stars. It will take us into the 3rd minute of second half stoppage time. Is there a late winner tonight here in front of a sold-out crowd in Chicago? Making their way to their feet. Lucas Adon ready for it. Diego Valeri, who created the goal just a few minutes ago, to send it in. Valeri's ball in. I was looking for McCarty as well. It was met by Ceballos. And that is going to be the end of the 90 minutes, which sees us tied. We are going to have a penalty shootout here in Chicago to decide the 2017 MLS All-Star Game when we return.
Tuesday, soccer superpowers face off on FS1. Champions League title holder Real Madrid. Europa League winner Manchester United. A clash of champions for the UEFA Super Cup. Real Madrid, Manchester United. Tuesday at 2 Eastern on FS1.
Ready? Okay. When we say study, you say hall. Study. Everything you need to ready, set, go. Back to school.
They said it was impossible to have great tasting light beer. Boom! Award-winning Heineken Light brewed with Cascade hops. They also said a hologram can't pour a beer. That's unfortunate.
Introducing the new Moto Z with Moto Mods. Hello, Moto. Buy the new Moto Z with Shatter Shield, and you'll get a free projector mod. Hello, Moto.
Get a large 2-topping Pizza Hut pizza for just $7.99. And now, order however you want. Use your smartphone or just the phone. Delivery or carry out. Call or click. Your choice, same great price. Large 2-topping, just $7.99. Because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
At least tonight can be super. In Super 8's updated rooms with modern bedding. See you on the road. Save 20% on Super8.com.
It's an MLS Soccer Sunday triple header on ESPN and FS1.
When you have aches and pains, chances are you don't have the right foot support.
My feet were throbbing. They were in pain all the time.
I couldn't generate power the way that I needed to.
I got to the point where I got to try something new. Introducing Copper Fit Balance, a revolutionary new high-performance orthotic insole. A semi-rigid orthotic